something high enough to sit on. So if you have blocks, you can just sit on your block. If you don't, you can just sit on your cushion, something that can support your hips so that they are slightly elevated higher than your knees, and then your knees are able to drop comfortably down to the mat. Encourage your thighs to gently roll outwards, so the external rotation in your thighs allow the pelvis to tilt forward. Lift your sternum up, roll the shoulders back and down away from your ears. Finding a comfortable seat, feeling your sit bones balance left and right. Finding that lift in your spine. Soften the hands down either to your thighs or to the floor behind you. And create that lift in your spine as you inhale. Gently pushing down with your hands or with your fingertips. Or just create that expansion and extension in the spine. And as you exhale, soften the shoulders a little bit more. Soften your thighs. Finding the state of steadiness and ease. Minimal effort to keep your spine upright in this position. So letting go of unnecessary tension on your shoulders or your thighs. Stay here for a few deep breaths. Feeling the spine and the ribs expand in all directions as you inhale. And then as you exhale, root back down into your sit bones. Taking 3 more rounds of this deep, conscious breathing at your own pace. A round is an inhalation and exhalation. And then bring your hands to your chest in prayer, keeping the eyes closed. We'll begin our yoga class by chanting Om 3 times. And as you chant, just feel the vibrations that travels up to the crown of your head. So with each different syllable, see if you can pick up the different areas of vibration in the body. Exhale fully. Inhale and we'll start. And taking a gentle bow. Set an intention for your practice this evening. Perhaps an intention to create some balance physically, emotionally, mentally, or just an affirmation that relates to you. And identifying anything you would like to bring into balance. And slowly open your eyes. Namaste. Alright, so for our practice today, we are going to focus a little bit on the abdominal side. So if you have been practicing with me, you would know that I like to include exercises for the yoga asanas, including those exercises, the different exercises from stuff like Pilates, Kalinetics, even Tai Chi, to our asana practice, so including it into the asana practice. And then typically my yoga class would end off with some Shavasana, breathing exercises, and sometimes short meditation as well. So you will find that with my yoga practice and my yoga teaching style, I encourage to practice your asanas, your physical postures from a state of, or from a place of stability. I like to approach my yoga teaching and my yoga practice from engagement, muscle engagement, and then move into safe ranges of motion. And I like to include functional ranges of motion as well. So let's sit up tall, allow the pelvis to tilt forward, lift your sternum up, keeping that spine nice and lengthened and tall. We'll move our neck and our shoulders just to warm up them. So inhale, let's look over to your right side. Exhale, keep your chin parallel to the floor, look over to the left. Inhaling to your right, chin parallel to the floor. Exhale to the left. And keep going, moving with your breath. Checking in with your neck and your shoulders. How they're feeling right now in this present moment. And keep looking over to your right side. Slowly bring your chin down, roll the neck. Inhale, look over to the other side. Exhale, chin down. Inhale, chin up. And keep going, moving with your breath. As you exhale, drawing the chin down. As you inhale, lift your chin. And slowly bring your head back to center, lift your gaze. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the ceiling, lengthen the sides. Reach up with your right shoulder blade and focusing on that lift in the right shoulder blade. And then lower. Inhale, lift your left shoulder blade. Reach up with your left fingers. Exhale, lower. Inhale, right shoulder blade up. Inhale, lower. Exhale. Inhale, reaching the left shoulder blade up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, right. Exhale. Inhale, left up. And exhale. Arms all the way back and down. Let's inhale, sweep the arms forward and up. Reach up again to the ceiling. Exhale, arms back and down. Notice how your upper arms naturally move in circles around the humerus socket, the shoulder socket. Notice how it internally And externally rotate as you do this movement. So inhale, arms forward and up. Exhale, take your arms all the way back and down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. And let's reverse. Turn the palms forward. Inhale, arms back and up. Exhale, down the center. Inhale, arms back and up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. One more. Inhale, arms back and up. Exhale, down. Right hand down to the mat. Inhale, left arm up and over into your side bend. Soften the bottom elbow towards the mat. Open the side of your ribs, root down into your left hip. Inhale. Exhale, let's take your top hand down to the floor, touch the floor. Inhale, float your arm up again. Exhale, lower your hand. Inhale, up. Exhale. Inhale, up. One more. Exhale. Inhale, up. And come all the way up to the center. Inhale. Exhale, go over to the other side. Soften the bottom elbow. Go into your side bend, root down into your left hip. And reach. Finding that opening across the top of your rib. Inhale. Exhale, hold here, soften the bottom elbow, create some space between your neck and your shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, lower your top hand down to the floor. Inhale, lift your arm back up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale. Inhale, up. And exhale. Inhale, up. Bounce back up to the center. Reach your arms up. Inhale. Exhale. Let's interlace the fingers behind you. Roll the shoulders back and down away from your ears. Keep your elbows bent. And then you can use your hands. Just touch your sacrum at the back. Just giving you, again, some feedback to know where your body part is. Lifting your sternum up, broaden the collarbones. Inhale. Exhale, now straighten your elbow. Gently lift your arm back and up away from the body. Inhale. Exhale, release your hands. Roll the shoulders back and forth. Now straighten your legs in front of you. Gently bounce your knees up and down. Part your legs a little wider. Keep your toes flexed, your ankles flexed. Sit up tall. So allow, again, that pelvis to tilt forward. And then you're going to keep your feet active. Roll the thighs in and out. Internal rotation of your thighs. External rotation of your thighs. And keep going. Just noticing how your thighs are feeling, the muscles surrounding the hips. Notice which motion, which movement feels a little bit more restricted than the other. And then rolling your ankles, draw big circles with your toes. Let's draw the circle the other way. Now come onto hands and knees on the mat. So remove your cushion. Wrist under your shoulders, knees hip width apart. Spread your fingers wide and moving into our cat-cow stretch. Inhale, dip the belly down, lift your chest up, lift your tailbone up. Feel that contraction on the back muscles as you concave your spine. As you exhale, draw the belly in, tuck your tailbone under and push down into the floor. Doming up your spine. Inhale, concave back, lift your chest, shoulders back, lift the tail up to the ceiling. Exhale, round your back, draw the belly in, dome up the spine as high as you can. Inhale, concave back into your cow pose. Exhale, rounding the back into cat. Inhale, concave back. Exhale, round back. One more, inhale. And exhale, round. Inhale back to your neutral tabletop position. Extend your right leg to the back. Keep your legs hip-width apart. Straighten the right leg. Press the heels back and feel your calf stretch here. Hamstrings a little stretched as you straighten the back knee, but more towards your calf area actually. As you descend, you work to press that heel down to the floor. Continue to hug your inner thighs towards each other. Inhale. Exhale, lift your back leg off the mat. Continue hugging the inner thighs, so slide internal rotation with the back thigh. And then float your opposite arm forward. Breathe. Balancing. Keep drawing the belly in as you exhale. As you inhale, breathe into and around your belly. Inhale. Exhale, let's lower your hands and knee down and we'll change sides. Extend your left leg to the back. Take this time to feel the stretch across the back of your leg, the left leg. Legs are still hip-width apart. And again, feel like you're hugging your inner thighs towards each other. Hold here, chest is nice and broad. Inhale. Exhale, let's lift the back leg off the mat. Continue to hug the inner thighs towards the center, especially with that right outer hip. So thinking of hugging that right outer hip to the center. And then float your opposite arm forward. Balance. Breathe. Push down into the floor with your bottom hand. As you exhale, bracing the belly in. Inhale. Exhale, let's lower the hand down, knees down. Sit back to child's pose for a moment, knees apart, wider than your hips. Sides of the big toes touch and sit down to your heel. Rest your forehead on the floor. Rest your elbows to the mat. Stay here in your child's pose for 3 deep breaths. Breathing into your belly, up your ribs. As you exhale, soften a little bit more. Last deep breath. And I'm going to lift yourself up onto your forearms. Keep your elbows roughly in line with the shoulders. So you can actually fold your fingers around your elbow. And then keeping the outside of your elbow in line with the outside of your shoulders. Interlace the fingers in front of you, clasping the hand in front of you. Preparing to lift yourself up into our Dolphin Pose. So tuck your toes under. Inhale. Exhale, push down into the floor with your elbows. Start to lift your knees off and then straighten the legs. So your hips are nice and high, almost like a downward dog position, but with your forearms on the floor. Keeping the legs hip-width apart. Gently push down into the floor with your elbows. Relax your neck. You may look down towards the center of your feet or between the legs. Holding here, take 2 more deep breaths. As you exhale, draw the belly into your spine. Continue pushing down with the elbows. 1 more deep breath. And then exhale, let's lower the knees down. Sit back to child's pose for a moment. Part your arms, rest your head. Soften the shoulders. And then reach your arms all the way forward. We're going to come up into our downward facing dog this time. So keep your wrists slightly wider than the shoulders. Spread your fingers wide. Inhale, lift the hips. Tuck the toes under. Exhale, knees off and push back into your downward dog. Keeping the tailbone lifting up towards the ceiling. You're welcome to bend your knees or just paddling your feet, one at a time. Lowering one heel at a time. Relax the neck. Welcome to go as slow as you wish. Maybe staying on one side that feels a little bit more attention. And then come into your downward facing dog with both legs straight. Continue to lift your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Push the mat away from you. Inhale. Exhale. Drop your knees down to hover off the mat. A few centimeters off the mat. Inhale. Exhale. Draw the belly in. Lift your knee back up into downward dog. We'll do a few of these. Inhale. Exhale, drop your knees to hover. Inhale, lift, push back. Exhale, drop your knees to hover. Inhale, push back. One more. Exhale, drop your knees to hover. Inhale, push all the way back. And then exhale, let's kneel down in child's pose. Lower the knees. Sides of the big toes touch. Sit down to your heel. Take this time to roll your wrists if you wish. And then slowly walk your hands back. Recline down to the mat. So bring your hips down, and then we're going to recline down to the mat. Have a block or a ball, and just place it between the legs, between the thighs. Inhale, keep your chest nice and broad, palms down into the floor. Exhale, lift your feet away and bring the shin parallel to the floor. Engage your feet, so you can either press the heels away or you can demi-point your feet. So whichever works for you, just keeping the feet active. That will help us to engage the whole of that fascial line, the front line. As you exhale, continue pressing the block in with your thighs. Draw the belly in. So thinking of pressing the lower back down into the floor.
Hold here. Take 3 more deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale, let's lower the feet down to the floor. Remove your block. You can straighten your legs in front of you and just shake it out for a moment, relax. All right. And then bend your knees up again. Block between the thighs. We're going to lift your legs up again. So inhale. Exhale, lift feet off the mat. Engage the feet. Keep your shin parallel to the floor. And your knees are roughly at 90 degrees. So your your thigh bone is perpendicular to the floor. So not too far back, too far forward to your chest, nor too low down. So your thigh is perpendicular to the floor. And continue pressing into the block, drawing your belly in as you exhale. No tension in your neck or your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, lift your arms up towards the ceiling. Imagine that there's a ball between your hands and you kind of pushing your hands into that ball. And holding here for another 3 slow, deep breaths. Breathing into your belly, around your belly, including the lower back. As you exhale, brace the belly in, draw the belly into your spine. One more deep breath. Inhale. Exhale, let's lower the feet, remove your block, straighten the legs in front of you and shake it out. Bounce your knee up and down. All right, and again, knees bent, block between the thighs. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lift, leg off the mat. Shin parallel, knees at 90 degrees, and lift your arms up in line with your shoulders. Dead bug, shoulders down away from your ears. This time you're going to take your right hand, place it on top of your left knee. You're going to try and push the left thigh into your hands and your right hand into the thigh. Hold here. Continue pressing the lower back down as you do this. As you exhale, draw the belly in, push. And then release. We'll change side, taking the left hand. Place it on top of your right knee. And again, push hand into the thigh, thigh into your hand. Breathe fully into and around your belly. As you exhale, press the lower belly down into the floor. Take one more deep breath. And let's release. Hands up again. Inhale. Exhale. Lower your hands and feet. And straighten the legs in front of you. Shake it out. One more exercise with that block between the thighs. So bend up your knees, block between your inner thighs. Inhale, exhale, lift leg off the mat. And then bring your arms up towards the ceiling. We're going to practice something that will help us to strengthen the front of our abdominals so that we can perform or practice Bakasana, which is the crow pose. It's an arm balance, but it requires a lot of abdominal strength. So turn the palms up to the ceiling. Press the hands into the ceiling. Chest nice and broad again. On your exhale, you're going to draw the knee up into your chest and your chest into the knee. Push the hand away. See if you can bring the knee all the way up toward your face. Inhale, come back. Exhale, lift. Chest to knee, knee to chest. Inhale, come back. Exhale, push. Crunch. Inhale, back. Exhale. Inhale, back. Try to draw the knee up as close to your head as you can. Inhale, back. Two more. Exhale. Inhale, back. Last one. Exhale. Hold it here. Point your toes. Continue hugging your inner thighs to your block. Push the hand away from you towards the ceiling. 5, 4, keep breathing. 3, 2, 1, and release. Feet down, hand down, remove the block. Straighten the legs in front of you and shake it up. So essentially we did the crow pose, lying down on the floor. And then press through your feet, through your heels. Press the thighs down into the floor. Feel a nice opening across the front of your hip crease. Continue pushing the thigh down into the floor. Feet is active. Take 2 more deep breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, bend your knees. Have your block again. We're going to stretch our abdominals here. Coming up into our supported bridge pose, keeping the knees bent. Lift your hips up. Support your sacrum with a block or a cushion or 2. Whatever that will help you to keep the hips lifted high, comfortably high. And then you feel a nice stretch across the front of your upper abdominals. Allow the shoulders to drop towards the floor, sternum lifting up to meet your chin. Relax your arms next to your hips, but have the palms facing up the ceiling. Stay here for a few deep breaths. Keep your feet, your legs hip-width apart. Breathe deeply and fully into your belly and up your ribs. Now we're moving into Setupanda Sarungasan. So from here, you're welcome to straighten the legs in front of you. Keep your legs hip-width apart or wider, but your legs are active. Your feet is flexed. And now we're moving a little bit more into the lower abdominals. So here again, if you find that there's too much compression in the lower back, you're welcome to lower your support under your sacrum. Again, breathe fully into your belly. Finding a stretch across the front line from your toes all the way up your body. Take 2 more deep breaths here. Now bend up your knees and very slowly lift your hips up, remove your block or your cushions and let your spine drop into the floor. Part your feet and bring the knees into touch. Stay here for a few deep breaths. Start to sway your knees from side to side. Lower your knees. Doesn't have to go all the way down to the floor yet. So just taking a gentle sway of the knees from side to side. And now let your knees drop all the way down to your right side. Moving into our supine twist. Bring your arms up in line with the shoulders. Allow the shoulders, both shoulders, to rest on the floor. Continue to soften your thighs. And then you can look over to the left side. Again, taking deep breaths. Feeling that diagonal line from your shoulders to your hip. And then slowly bring your knees back up to center. Lower the knees all the way down to your left side this time. Let your knees drop to the left. And then you can look over to the right side. Soften the thighs. The knees doesn't have to stack on top of each other. Again, finding and feeling that gentle stretch across that cross section, the cross line from your shoulders to the opposite hip. The skin on that cross line. Taking 3 more deep breaths here. And then bring your knees back up to center. Hug your knees into your chest. Wrap your forearms around your shin. Feeling that gentle stretch across your buttocks. And then slowly release your feet. Straighten the legs in front of you for Shavasana. You're welcome to support your head with a pillow. So if you have a pillow, it's nice to support the back of your neck. And then finding space under your armpits as you take the arms a little wider. Maybe about a 45-degree angle. So not all the way up to the top. Widen your legs, maybe as wide as the mat. And just lying here in Shavasana for a few more deep breaths before we move into our breathing practice. Adjusting the body as you need, so that you can completely relax. Let the belly soften, your abdominals to soften. And very often as women, we tend to tighten our bellies. So let it expand freely as you take deep breaths. You can start counting your breath. Inhaling to the count of 4. Pause for 2. Exhale for 4. Pause for 2 again. Going as slowly as you can with your breath, without straining your lungs. You're going to take one more round of your deep breathing. And return to easy, normal breaths. Start to move your fingers and toes, wrists. And as you take a deep inhale, reach your arms overhead. Have a nice long stretch. Feet away from you. And then as you exhale, bend your knees. Hug your knees into your chest. Slowly roll over to whichever side you feel comfortable. Stay on that side, fully on your shoulders. maybe using your arm as a pillow to support your head. Just staying here on the side for a few more deep breaths before you get up. Taking a few deep breaths here. And then slowly press your top hand down into the floor. Lift yourself back up to seated. Support your hips again, sitting up on your cushion. We're going to practice Nadi Shonana, alternate nostril breathing. It helps us to balance the left and the right brain hemispheres, balances our nadis, energy channels, and it's a great relaxation breathing technique to help you and prepare you for the evening. So again, allow the pelvis to tilt forward, lift your sternum up. Keep your spine nice and upright. Place your left hand in Gya Mudra, so the tip of your thumb and your index finger gently pressing against each other. And perhaps take a note to sense any pulsations between your fingers. And we're going to take your right hand, place it between the first two fingers, between your eyebrows. And resting your thumb on the right nostril, ring finger on the left nostril. Make sure that you're able to still expand freely in your chest as you breathe. And that there's no tension on your neck or your shoulders in your arm position. Now, when we breathe, we're going to close one nostril at a time. So just listen to my instructions. Take a deep breath in. Exhale fully. Inhale again. Close your left nostril. Exhale right. Inhale. Close the right. Exhale left. Inhale. Close left. Exhale right. Inhale. Close. Exhale left. Inhale. Close. Exhale right. Inhale. Close. Exhale left. Inhale. Close. Exhale right. Inhale. Close. Exhale left. Inhale. Close. Exhale right. Inhale. Close. exhale left. One more set. Inhale. Close. Exhale right. Inhale. Close. Exhale left. Inhale. Close. Exhale right. Empty your breath. And rest your hands on your thighs or your knees. Fingers and the index finger touch. Thumb and index finger. Keeping the eyes closed. And just pay attention to the air moving in and out of your nostrils. How does it feel after this breathing practice? Take 3 more rounds of your deep breathing here. Into the belly, up your ribs. As you exhale, soften unnecessary tension. Physically, mentally. We often impose unnecessary tensions in our mind when we put our energy too much into the past or too much into the future. So just be aware of your present right now, focusing the energy in this present moment, to be, to experience, to connect with your breath, connect with your mind and your emotions. We'll end here, keeping the eyes closed. Bring your hands to prayer. And ending the class by chanting Om 3 times at your own pace. Exhale fully. Inhale, we'll start. And taking a gentle bow in recognition of your own practice, for bringing healthy movements, connections to your body, your breath and your mind during the practice.
Slowly open your eyes.